America just shocked the world with what they're building, but no one's really paying attention. While everyone's distracted by politics, memes, and daily noise, a silent revolution is unfolding in the background. Drones saving lives in remote regions, cars delivering themselves from factory to owner, factories running non-stop with no human workers. It sounds like progress, a future built on speed, efficiency, and automation. But that's only half the story, because behind the curtain, something much bigger is happening. AI systems are learning to predict human behavior. Machines are beginning to make decisions on their own. And a company you've probably never heard of is quietly tracking, mapping habits, movements, even thoughts in real time. This isn't just about technology or convenience anymore. America's building robot soldiers, autonomous fighter jets, and AI networks capable of running entire cities. And once you see what they're creating, you'll realize the future isn't coming. It's already here, and it's rewriting what it means to be human. Let's start with something that sounds impossible. Remember when getting emergency blood to a remote hospital took hours? When patients died waiting for supplies? Well, America just changed everything. And they're doing it with silent drones flying over your neighborhood right now. Meet Zipline, the company that's already saving lives. Imagine you're in a remote area, maybe far from the city, and suddenly you need a car spare part or you forgot your phone charger at home. Normally that would be a big problem, but not anymore. With Zipline, there's no need to worry. Zipline's high-speed delivery drones can bring you what you need in just 30 minutes, whether it's medical supplies, groceries, or even a charger. And it's not just about convenience. Zipline is actually saving lives by delivering critical medicines and blood to hospitals in hard-to-reach areas. In short, Zipline isn't just delivering packages, it's delivering speed, hope, and life. They've completed 100 million autonomous miles. That's driving every road in America 24 times over. Perfect execution every time. Zero crashes, zero theft, zero room for failure. And somehow, that's not even the most important part. They're saving lives. How does it work? The Zipline P2 system is brilliantly simple. A main drone flies 300 feet above your house at 70 miles per hour. When it reaches you, it deploys a smaller delivery droid that lowers on a tether, drops your package in your backyard, then zips back up. No buzzing like angry wasps. No craters in your lawn, no frightened pets. Just perfect, silent precision. Here's where it gets emotional. Zipline started in Rwanda, delivering blood and medical supplies to remote hospitals. When someone needed emergency blood, Zipline could deliver it in 30 minutes instead of hours by road. The result? Infant mortality in Rwanda dropped by 51%. Let that sink in. Thousands of babies are alive today because of drone delivery. Now they're bringing that same technology to America. Currently operating with Walmart in Arkansas and Texas, delivering everything from medicine to food within 30 minutes. By 2026, Zipline aims to do 1 million deliveries per day. But here's what keeps people up at night. Imagine 1 million drones buzzing over American cities every single day. Privacy concerns, noise pollution, airspace completely congested with delivery drones. And then there's the elephant in the room, delivery drivers losing their jobs. Every Zipline delivery means a human driver doesn't get that paycheck. Every package is one less job. Question for you, would you trust a drone delivering your medicine, or do you want a human driver? Because in a few years, you might not have a choice. Because right now, Tesla cars are delivering themselves. A new Model Y rolls off the assembly line in Austin, Texas, and drives 15 miles to a customer's home. No driver, no remote control. The car uses Tesla's full self-driving system to navigate highways, traffic, and parking, completely on its own. Elon Musk called it the first fully autonomous delivery from factory to customer. But behind the hype, it was just one test on a pre-mapped route, and regulators are still investigating Tesla's self-driving tech for safety concerns. Still, a car delivering itself? That's a glimpse of the future. But wait, what if I told you there's a car that might never need charging? A vehicle that runs on pure sunlight? Meet Aptera, a three-wheeled solar electric vehicle covered in solar panels. It generates up to 40 miles of free driving per day from pure sunlight. For the average American who drives 37 miles daily, you might literally never plug it in again. When you do need to charge, Aptera delivers 400 miles of range in under an hour. Its incredible aerodynamic teardrop shape achieves 10 miles per kilowatt hour, double the efficiency of today's best electric cars. At CES 2025, Aptera made waves by unveiling its production-ready model, and 50,000 people already reserved it, staggering $1.7 billion in potential revenue before a single vehicle rolls off the assembly line. With the starting price hovering around $35,000, Aptera is positioning itself as an accessible entry point into the next generation of vehicles. The timeline? Deliveries are scheduled to begin in late 2025, meaning what was once a concept is about to become reality on American roads. Sounds amazing, right? But that's not even the biggest story happening right now. Get ready for something that will change millions of American families. Because while you're watching this, autonomous trucks are being tested right now. And when they work, and they will work, something big is about to happen. Companies like Too Simple, Waymo Via, and Aurora are developing autonomous trucks that can drive coast to coast with zero human drivers. Here's the promise: 24/7 operation. Trucks don't need sleep breaks. Increased safety. AI doesn't get tired, distracted, or emotional. 30 to 40% cost savings for shipping companies. Sounds great, right? More efficiency, safer roads, lower costs. But here's the devastating reality. 3.5 million truck drivers in America could lose their jobs. These are well-paying middle-class jobs, $45,000 to $75,000 per year. These are jobs that build communities. Here's what nobody talks about. Trucking employs millions of Americans and supports countless small businesses. Gas stations, diners, motels, mechanics, entire towns built around interstate rest stops. Automating trucking away could save companies billions while devastating entire communities. That's progress for corporations. But what about people? And the uncomfortable truth is, once autonomous trucks work reliably, they will replace drivers. Because for companies, the math is simple. Robots are cheaper than humans. AI has incredible benefits. Faster delivery, self-driving cars, robots that make life easier. But here's what you need to know. By the end of this video, we're going to show you something that will make every American deeply concerned. Because AI doesn't just make your life better, it knows you better than you know yourself. And that's the problem. What if I told you that company has a secret plan to automate away over 600,000 jobs? Welcome to Amazon's dystopian future. It's already happening. July 2025. Amazon announces it has deployed its 1 millionth robot across global operations. 1 million robots. But that's just the beginning of the story. Amazon launched Deep Fleet, a generative AI system that coordinates all these robots, reducing their travel time by 10% and enabling faster, cheaper deliveries. The newest warehouse in Shreveport, Louisiana, requires 30% fewer human workers because robots handle most heavy lifting. Think about that. One warehouse, 30% fewer jobs. Now multiply that by thousands of warehouses. Internal documents leaked to the New York Times reveal Amazon's plan. Automate 75% of operations by 2033. That could mean avoiding the need to hire 600,000 plus workers, jobs that will simply never exist. As Amazon launches new technology, the New York Times has raised concerns that robots could replace workers at the company. Amazon has launched a new robot that will replace the jobs of white collars and blue collars. And this robot is called Blue Jay. It is designed to handle packages more efficiently. Blue Jay can work with different types of packages and has multiple robot arms that let it work in small spaces. The robot's design is flexible and can be made bigger or smaller based on the warehouse size. This allows Amazon to keep products closer to customers. When products are stored closer to customers, delivery becomes shorter and cheaper, especially for the final delivery to people's homes. They also introduced Vulcan, a robot that does work humans used to do, putting items into bins. Unlike older robots that use cameras, Vulcan can feel and touch items. This lets it handle more products than other robots and place them correctly. Vulcan works as fast as a human but never gets tired. It can work 20 hours a day. However, it can only pick up items that weigh 8 pounds or less. Round objects are hard for it to grab. Because Vulcan moves very fast, it stays behind a fence to keep workers safe. Amazon also have an innovation lab outside Boston where robots can lift, scan, and place products automatically. These robots can work 24/7 and do the same job that humans used to do, but faster and with fewer injuries. But the real threat isn't the robots behind the shelves anymore. It's the ones that can stand beside you, talk to you, and do your job better. Humanoid robots that work, that think, that learn, that might soon be doing your job. You've seen the parkour videos, backflips, cartwheels, breakdancing. But that was just the warm-up. In late 2024, Atlas started doing real work, autonomously moving engine parts between containers with machine learning vision. No pre-programmed moves, all decisions made on the fly. Then in August 2025, everything changed. Boston Dynamics showed a single neural network controlling Atlas's entire body, hands and feet, performing complex sequences of packing, sorting, and organizing. Researchers threw curveballs at it mid-task, closing lids, sliding boxes. Atlas adapted in real time without skipping a beat. Powered by NVIDIA's Jetson Thor, Atlas is currently pilot testing at Hyundai factories with plans for tens of thousands of units. Every task it learns, every challenge it faces, every day it gets smarter. In 5 years, this robot will do your job better than you ever could. But Boston Dynamics isn't the only company racing to build the perfect factory robot. On the other side of Silicon Valley, another company is moving even faster, and they're already working in homes. Founded in 2022, Figure AI raised $675 million in February 2024 from Jeff Bezos, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and OpenAI, valuing the company at $2.6 billion. Their Figure 02 robot features Helix 5 LA, the world's first generalist vision language action model for humanoid robots. What does that mean? You can say, pick up the desert item, and it will identify and grab a toy cactus it's never seen before from a pile of random objects. Figure 03, unveiled October 2025, is designed specifically for home use. It's 9% lighter than Figure 02, making it easier to move around your home. It has softer textiles for safety around kids and pets. The exterior is cushioned, so if it bumps into your child, it won't hurt them. It features improved cameras, including palm cameras that let it see what it's grabbing. It has wireless charging, so you just put it on a dock and it powers up. And most importantly, it can pick up virtually any small household object: toys, dishes, clothes, books, anything. Figure robots are already deployed at BMW's manufacturing facility in South Carolina. This isn't theoretical. This is happening right now. Plans call for 12,000 robots per year by opening the BOTTQ manufacturing facility. Soon you might have one of these in your home. It will know the layout of your rooms. It will know where you keep your dishes. It will know your routines. It will anticipate your needs. And it will follow you around, watching, learning, ready to do whatever you ask. What could possibly go wrong? But Figure AI isn't the only company building home robots. Meet the 1X NEO, the home helper. And this one takes things even further. What if I told you there's a robot that doesn't just look human? It can actually work in your home, watching everything you do. California-based 1X Technologies opened pre-orders for NEO, the first consumer-ready humanoid designed for household tasks. It stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs 66 pounds. It's not massive, it's not intimidating, it's friendly looking. But it can lift 154 pounds and carry 55 pounds, meaning it's far stronger than it looks. It operates at just 22 decibels, softer than a refrigerator, so it won't disturb your peace. It has 22 degrees of freedom in its hands, giving it human-level dexterity. It can pick up a fragile egg without crushing it. It can thread a needle. It can do everything a human hand can do. It costs $20,000 to buy or $499 per month to rent. Deliveries starting 2026. It can fold laundry, load the dishwasher, take out the trash, clean your house, do virtually any household task. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. The robot can't do tasks autonomously yet. Every task requires a remote human operator controlling the robot while watching inside your home through its cameras. CEO Bernd Bernick was brutally honest. Anyone purchasing NEO for 2026 delivery must accept that human teleoperators will be controlling the robot. So you're paying $20,000 or $499 every single month for someone else to remotely control a robot while watching inside your house. Think about that for a second. Is that convenient or absolutely terrifying? You decide. Okay, so you've seen drones, job-stealing robots. But what if I told you America has a company trying to do something completely insane? What if I told you they're literally trying to throw things into space? No rockets, no fuel, just pure kinetic energy and madness. Sounds insane? Let's see if it actually works. Imagine a giant 100-meter centrifuge spinning satellites to 8,000 miles per hour, launching them into space like a cosmic slingshot. That's Spin Launch, a startup promising to cut launch costs by up to 70%. From $6,000 per kilogram to around $1,250 to $2,500 per kilogram. How? No rocket fuel, no explosions, just pure physics. Spin and release. Between 2021 and 2022, they completed 10 successful test flights, even catching NASA's attention. But there's a catch. Most satellites can't survive those extreme G-forces, and with SpaceX making rockets cheaper and reusable, Spin Launch's edge might vanish before it truly begins innovation or hype? The verdict's still spinning. And now we've reached the very terrifying and chilling part of our video. And if you've also made it to this part of the video, then you absolutely must watch it till the end from here. What comes next will blow your mind, because it's directly linked to you and affects everyone watching this right now. But here's where it gets truly terrifying. Robots without surveillance are just machines. But what if one company powers the global surveillance state itself? Right now, there's an AI system that can see everything, everywhere, all at once. It doesn't just watch you, it knows you. It predicts your next move, tracks your habits, and connects data you didn't even know existed. This isn't sci-fi, it's happening right now. And the company behind it? Palantir. Palantir doesn't build robots. It builds the system that tells them who to target. It's the backbone of US surveillance, from the military and intelligence agencies to law enforcement and immigration. With $1.5 billion plus in contracts, a $795 million Pentagon deal, and influence that spans every branch of power, Palantir isn't just collecting data, it's reshaping what freedom means in America. Palantir's main weapon is called Gotham, marketed as an operating system for global decision-making. In reality, it links data from 700 plus sources to build a complete digital profile of who you are, where you are, and what you'll do next. It pulls everything: passports, bank and medical records, location, job history, even data bought from brokers, all fused into one system, and once you're in Gotham, you never leave. 2025, ICE gave Palantir $30 million to enhance deportation tracking, integrating more data for enforcement operations. CEO Alex Karp openly said, "Algorithmic warfare systems now equate to tactical nuclear weapons." The problem: it's unstoppable. Protected by secrecy, contracts, and complexity, there's no transparency, no accountability. These systems decide who lives or gets deported, and no one can question how, and that's just the beginning. Because while Palantir watches the world, America is building something bigger. An entire robot army, sky, sea, and ground, fully autonomous, AI-controlled, and linked to the same surveillance grid. AI-piloted fighter drones are no longer science fiction. Imagine a jet pulling maneuvers so extreme they human pilot. But the cockpit is empty. The US Air Force has revealed its first fully AI-controlled fighter jets and plans to build 1,000 of them by 2030, creating an autonomous fleet that makes its own decisions in combat. At the center of this shift is Anduril's YFQ-44, a Fury, a stealth, long-range combat drone built for silent, precise strikes. Nearly invisible to radar, capable of flying thousands of miles, and designed to operate alone or with other aircraft, Fury identifies and engages targets entirely on its own. In May 2025, Anduril secured the Air Force contract to mass-produce these collaborative combat aircraft, the start of a new era. But Anduril isn't alone. General Atomics' YFQ-42A is another AI fighter built to command swarms of drones like a digital hive mind. With 360-degree battlefield awareness, real-time tactical adaptation, and self-learning algorithms, it gets smarter and deadlier with every mission. The Kratos XQ-58 Valkyrie is already flying alongside F-35s, F-22s, and F-15s as America's first true loyal wingman. One Air Force official described it best. Think of it as an F-35 without a pilot in it. The Valkyrie can travel over 3,400 miles, fly at 45,000 feet, hit 659 miles per hour, and carry real weapons in its internal bomb bay, all while being piloted by AI. But the most unsettling part is what they're testing now. One human controlling 8 Valkyries at once. One person, 8 autonomous combat drones. And when the human falls behind, and they will, the drones won't wait. The AI will take over completely, and those 8 robotic aircraft will begin making their own combat decisions without human oversight. The most chilling part, these systems are designed to work together, coordinating strikes, sharing intelligence, and adapting mid-battle without human input. A robotic air force that never hesitates, never tires, and never questions its orders. But it gets crazier. Shield AI just unveiled the X-Bat, an AI-piloted fighter that doesn't even need a runway. It takes off and lands vertically like a helicopter, but flies like a fighter jet. More importantly, it's fully autonomous. But first, you need to understand what this thing can actually do. The X-Bat has a range of over 2,000 nautical miles when fully armed. It can reach altitudes of 50,000 feet, higher than commercial airplanes. It features vertical takeoff and landing capability, VTOL, which means it can operate from aircraft carriers, remote islands, or literally anywhere on Earth. You don't need runways, you don't need infrastructure, you just need a flat spot. And it's powered by HiveMind AI, software that allows it to think for itself even when communications are cut off. If the connection to human operators is lost, the X-Bat doesn't stop. It doesn't ask for permission. It continues its mission. It makes its own decisions. It engages its own targets. It can plan its own missions autonomously. It can adapt to changing battlefield conditions in real time. And here's the terrifying part. It can engage multiple targets simultaneously, making split-second decisions about what to destroy without waiting for human approval. This isn't a theoretical concept. This thing is already flying. Now, meet the S-70U ASU Hawk, the first ever fully autonomous helicopter. No pilot, no cockpit, just pure AI flying a Black Hawk. What does it do? It carries 10,000 pounds of cargo into contested zones. HIMARS rocket pods, military supplies, unmanned vehicles, all delivered autonomously to places no human pilot would survive. It operates completely independently. Communications jammed? Doesn't matter. The AI makes its own decisions, flies its own route, executes its own mission, completely autonomous. Any soldier with a tablet can command it, tap in a destination, set a mission, done. The Matrix autonomy system handles the rest. Anduril isn't just building drones, it's building an entire autonomous war ecosystem. The era of one human controlling 8 AI drones isn't the future. It's already outdated. The military isn't pouring hundreds of billions into systems where humans still make the final call. The real endgame is fully autonomous weapons, machines that identify, track, and eliminate targets without human approval. And that system already exists. Take the Altius Autonomous Roadrunner, a ground-based combat robot that navigates any terrain, tracks targets using computer vision, and makes real-time tactical decisions on its own. It coordinates with aircraft, calls in drone strikes, and engages threats 24/7 without rest, fear, or oversight, learning and adapting after every battle. Beneath the ocean, Anduril is deploying autonomous submarines like the Dive LD and Dive XL, underwater drones capable of patrolling for days or weeks with zero human contact, operating at depths of up to 6,000 meters and traveling hundreds of kilometers. These subs don't just scout. They can carry and deploy weapons. Together with sensors, surveillance towers, and predictive AI, they form an detect, track, and autonomously attack targets. Anduril raised $2.5 billion in 2025 to scale this system, and many of these drones operate daily in the US and Australia. On the surface, companies like Saronic Technologies are building fully autonomous warships, AI vessels with no crew, no life support needs, and the ability to stay at sea for months. They can patrol, surveil, and potentially engage targets on their own, raising the same terrifying questions as AI fighter jets. Who is accountable when a robot warship makes a mistake? Are we triggering an autonomous arms race we can't stop? All of these systems, air, sea, underwater, and ground, are being connected through Anduril's Lattice AI, creating a coordinated military network that can make decisions across entire battlefields. By 2030, the US could field more than 1,000 AI fighter jets, fleets of autonomous submarines, ground robots, surveillance towers, and fully integrated command systems, all networked, all learning, all evolving. And other nations are watching closely. The autonomous arms race isn't coming, it's here. So, where does that leave us? America is building the future now. AI jets in the skies, delivery drones overhead, autonomous trucks on highways, and humanoid robots learning beside human workers. It's exciting and terrifying, and absolutely inevitable, but there's hope in the fact that we're asking questions instead of blindly charging forward. The technology is here, but how we regulate it, who benefits, and how we protect workers is still up to us. We have to decide whether we want a future where AI serves humanity or one where humanity serves AI. The real questions are urgent. Who actually benefits from this transformation? What happens to workers replaced by these systems? Is anyone responsible for helping them? And the biggest question of all, if AI takes your job tomorrow, who should be responsible for helping you? The company, the government, or no one? This conversation matters. Your voice matters. The future will belong to those who prepare for it. Are you ready?